All right. I'd like to call this school board of education, the school district of Sturgeon Bay meeting to order for Wednesday, August 16th, 2023. All those please stand. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Can I have a motion? Oh, excuse me, we can do roll call, should we not? Go ahead.
Commissioner Spricka,
Here.
Commissioner Schultz,
Here.
Commissioner Howard,
Here.
Commissioner Cruz here, Commissioner Stefani,
Here.
Commissioner Jenner here, Commissioner Chisholm here, Commissioner Wood
Here.
and Commissioner House here.
Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
Also move.
Second. We have a motion by Commissioner Chisholm and second by Commissioner Spricka to adopt the agenda as presented. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Oh, excuse me, opposed, motion carried. So now we are down to the consent agenda. This is the public comments section. I do not see anyone here for the public comments section. So we are going to move to the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of approving the minutes of the regular meeting of July 19th, 2023, approving July bills that were in your packet, grants and donations. We had Warner Krause donated $3,000 to the virtual mental health services program. Also, Hope Church donated $111 to Gender Sexuality Alliance. Thank you to these groups and the individuals associated with them for their generosity. We have resignations under resignations and retirements. Danielle Hunt has resigned from her high school teaching associate position. Gina Bergans has resigned from her JV volleyball coaching position. Nicole Herbst has resigned from the yearbook advisor, Educators Rising and Service Club. Elena Tews has resigned from her special education teaching position in the high school. Jenny Hall has resigned from her associate position in the Safe Harbor Room. We thank all these individuals for their service and wish them well in their next adventures. A motion to approve the consent agenda items that were just presented is recommended.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda items.
Second. All right, we have a motion to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner Jenner, second by Commissioner Wood. Further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we are down to the operations agenda. We have the first point is approve a high school special education teacher.
Yes, thank you. So as the board knows, we'll have what are currently our final 3 teaching vacancies. Talked a little bit about that related to our budget meeting earlier tonight, and then some teacher associate hires, which are pretty typical in August. The strategic action plan kind of stamp of approval, and really that's the operations agenda for tonight. So focus on some hires, and we know some of whom will be starting with us officially next week. All right, high school special education teacher Alexis Potvin, Director of Special Education and Pupil Services Lindsay Ferry is pleased to recommend Alexis Potvin to the special education team joining the high school. Alexis has a bachelor's degree in music education from River Falls and is currently earning her master's degree in special education. Alexis brings great knowledge and enthusiasm to her work and is excited to join the Sturgeon Bay School District as a special education teacher, which she will no doubt bring positive energy to the team. A motion to approve Alexis Potvin as a special education teacher at the high school beginning with the 2023-2024 school year is recommended.
Move to approve Alexis Podman as a special education teacher at the high school beginning with the 2023-2024 school year.
Second. All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Schultz, second by Commissioner Howard to approve Alexa Potvin as the special education teacher at the high school beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we are down to approve the high school business education teacher.
Michael Carter has spent the majority of his adult life working in business and leadership positions, including companies like Georgia Pacific, Weyerhaeuser, and Next Era, Energy Power. In that time, he specialized in a wide range of business practices, including money management, marketing, computer technology, and strategic initiatives. In addition to the business background, he lives in Sturgeon Bay and has a daughter who we know is a high school student here. Throughout the interview process, Michael impressed us with his knowledge, attention to detail, and enthusiasm for taking on new challenges. Michael was also recently approved by our board here to serve as an assistant football coach for the current season. Michael's experience, enthusiasm, and desire to learn and grow make him an ideal candidate for the business ed position at Sturgeon Bay High School. A motion to approve Michael Carter at Sturgeon Bay High School as start out with here, 60% FTE business teacher beginning with this school year, pending that emergency license they're working on with DPI is recommended.
I move to approve Michael Carter at Sturgeon Bay High School as 60% FTE business teacher beginning with 2023-2024 school year, pending an emergency license issuance from the DPI.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hawes and seconded by Commissioner Jenner John to approve Michael Carter at Sturgeon Bay High School as a 60% FTE business teacher beginning with the 2023-2024 school year, pending emergency license issuance from the DPI. Further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So now we are down to, we had discussed this previously, but point 4, approve second grade limited term position for 2023-2024.
Yes, this is for candidate Susan Price. Principal Katie DeVillers is pleased to recommend Susan Price for a second grade teacher position that's limited term for the school year only at Sawyer Elementary School. Susan comes to us with a master's degree in education leadership. She was a 4K teacher for 14 years and also taught both upper elementary and middle school combination classrooms. Susan's most recent principal shared that she creates an atmosphere with her students that is positive, loving, and compassionate. Principal went on to say that she teaches children the importance of responsibility, to utilize their creativity, and above all else, respect and care for others. We're very excited for Susan to join our second grade team over at Sawyer. Motion to approve Susan Price as a limited term second grade teacher for the 2023-2024 school year is recommended.
I move to approve Susan Price as a limited term second grade teacher for the 2023-24 school year as recommended.
Second.
All right. We have a motion by Commissioner Chisholm, second by Commissioner Haas to approve Susan Price as a limited term second grade teacher for the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we are down to approving teacher associates.
Before we go into associates, because the board might find this interesting, so with those 3 teachers, that is a total of 14 teachers approved. Going back, I think our earliest approval was in March, which is a little earlier than usual. From March until now, 14 teachers new to our district, right? Some brand new, some coming with quite a bit of experience. Lindsay Ferry can quickly tell you that of the 14, 7 are also members of her team as far as special ed. So as we talk about different special ed needs, changes, the alternative program, right, over at Boys and Girls Club, that is new. Right, that's where some of that comes. And then it's kind of interesting. The other 7 are quite evenly split as far as elementary, middle school, and also some presence at the high school, and even a combination middle school, high school teacher with Spanish. So just kind of interesting how that came out for this year. Why were those positions open? Really, it's not an exact third, but it's a combination of retirements, people that have either left teaching or gone elsewhere, and a combination of other things, like a couple people that have taken different positions within the district, a position or 2 that are new, and so forth, kind of like we were talking in the budget session. So just kind of interesting the way that came out this year. And I know some of you work with hiring, so You can find that interesting as well. All right, back to the matter at hand, number 5 with teacher associates. We usually have several of these here in August. That's pretty typical. So the first one, letter A, teacher associate Brittany Eaker. Principal Katie DeVillers is pleased to welcome Brittany Eaker for the teacher associate position in the Safe Harbor program at Sawyer Elementary for the 2023-24 school year. Brittany has an elementary teaching degree and taught in a self-contained special education classroom. She also has experience as a long-term substitute in a program very similar to the Safe Harbor at Sawyer. During her time in school, she received a great deal of professional learning related to supporting students socially, emotionally with their behaviors. One of Brittany's past colleagues stated that her greatest strengths are her positive attitude, strong work ethic, and ability to create positive relationships with others. The team is looking forward to having her support students at Sawyer within Safe Harbor. A motion to approve Brittany Eaker as a teacher associate in the Safe Harbor room beginning with the 2023-24 school year is recommended.
I'll move to approve Brittany Eaker as a teacher associate in the Safe Harbor room beginning with the 2023-2024 school year.
Second.
All right. We have a motion to approve Brittany Eaker as the teacher associate in the Safe Harbor room beginning the 2023-2024 school year. Commissioner Jenner-John made the motion, seconded the motion. So all those, further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Now we are at 5B.
Letter B, teacher associate Jacqueline Palumba. Director of Special Education and Pupil Services Lindsay Ferry is pleased to welcome Jacqueline Palumba to the teacher associate position at the high school. Jacqueline has experience working with children of all ages, supporting them both academically and personally. Jacqueline recently moved to the area and is excited to learn more about the community through the eyes of our students. Motion to approve Jacqueline Palumba as a teacher associate in the high school beginning with the 2023-24 school year is recommended.
Move to approve Jacqueline Palumba as a teacher associate in the high school beginning with the 2023-2024 school year.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Schultz, second by Commissioner Jenner-John to approve Jacqueline Palumba as the teacher associates in the high school beginning with this year, 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now down to 5C.
Next up, Scott Durkis, Director of Special Education and Pupil Services, Lindsay Ferry is pleased to recommend Scott Durkis for the TA position on the 6th grade special education team. Scott's a recent graduate of Sebastopol High School and has a strong interest in connecting music to student growth. Scott will be pursuing a degree in education and is excited to be part of a district that will help him develop his own professional skills. Motion to approve Scott Durkis as a teacher associate on the 6th grade special education team beginning with the 2023-24 school year is recommended.
I'll move to approve Scott Durkis as a teacher associate on the 6th grade special education team beginning with the 2023-2024 school year.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Woods, second by Commissioner Chisholm to approve Scott Durkis as the teacher associate on the 6th grade special education team beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Now we are down to B, teacher associate Kimberly Nimmer.
Director of Special Education Pupil Services Lindsay Ferry is pleased to recommend Kim Nimmer for the teacher associate position, or for a teacher associate position, excuse me. Kim would be joining the high school ID/autism team on this campus this year. Kim has always held a passion for students with disabilities and has demonstrated her passion for this work with Special Olympics of Door County. Kim is eager to begin her work in this position and work with the high school team. A motion to approve Kimberly Nimmer as a teacher associate at the high school ID/autism team beginning with the 2023-2024 school year is recommended.
I'll make the motion to approve Kimberly Nimmer as the teacher associate on the high school ID autism team beginning with the 23-24 school year.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Spritka and second by Commissioner Cruz to approve Kimberly Nimmer as the teacher associate on the high school ID autism team beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So now we are down to point E.
Hannah Groman, Director of Special Education Pupil Services, Lindsay Ferry, is pleased to recommend Hannah Groman to the special education team at Sunrise Elementary. Hannah has experience working with children at Bayview Lutheran, as well as at NWTC, where she served as a student involvement coordinator. Hannah is excited to join the Sunrise team and begin her experience there, as well as have love for children to the lives of students, as well as her new colleagues. A motion to approve Hannah Groman as a teacher associate at Sunrise beginning with the 2023-24 school year is recommended.
Move to approve Hannah Groman as a teacher associate at Sunrise beginning with 2023-2024 school year.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Haas and seconded by Commissioner Cruz to approve Hannah Groman as a teacher associate at Sunrise beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we're down to point F.
Ben Back. Director Ferry is pleased to recommend Ben Back to the special education team here at the high school. Ben has a bachelor's degree in psychology and has served as a physical therapist and a director of rehab for St. Otto's Care Center. Ben is a parent in our district and is excited to join our team to help improve student lives in the community. Ben will be joining the high school ID/autism program, where he will no doubt bring his experience and skills to an already amazing team. A motion to approve Ben Back as a TA at the high school ID/autism team, beginning with the 2020-24 school year, is recommended.
I move to approve Ben Back as a teacher associate on the high school ID autism team, beginning with the 23-24 school year.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Cruz, seconded by Commissioner Haas to approve Ben Back as a teacher associate on the high school ID/autism team beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Now, point G.
Jennifer Applegate. Director Ferry is pleased to recommend Jennifer Applegate for the teacher associate position at TJ Walker Middle School within the 7th and 8th grade team. Jennifer has a bachelor's degree in organizational psychology and hopes to earn her master's degree in child psychology. Jennifer has experience working in community counseling as a psychiatric rehabilitation case manager and enjoys connecting with children and families who need additional support. We want to welcome Jennifer to the team. A motion to approve Jennifer Applegate as a teacher associate at TJ Walker Middle School, beginning with the 2023-24 school year, is recommended.
I move to approve Jennifer Applegate as a teacher associate at TJ Walker Middle School, beginning with the 2023-24 school year.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Cruz and seconded by Commissioner Chisholm to approve Jennifer Applegate as a teacher associate at TJ Walker Middle School beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we're down to point H.
Now, letter H, Jessica Poppy. Barry is pleased to recommend Jessica Poppy for the teaching associate position in the middle school/high school ID autism program. Jessica has earned an associate's degree in environmental outdoor education and has previously served as a therapist for Phoenix Behavioral Health. Jessica is seeking a position that allows her to teach children functional skills and strategies necessary to be successful out in the community. But no doubt Jessica will be another great addition to the middle school, high school ID autism team. Motion to approve Jessica Poppy as a teacher associate in the middle school/high school ID autism program is recommended.
I move to approve Jessica Poppy as a TA in the middle school, high school ID autism program.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Haas and second by Commissioner Cruz to approve Jessica Poppy as a teacher associate in the middle school / high school ID / autism program. Further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Point 6, yearbook advisor.
Principal Nerby recommends Jenna Augustin, current English teacher, to serve as the yearbook advisor for the 2023-24 school year. So a motion to approve Jenna Augustin as the yearbook advisor beginning with the 2023-24 school year is recommended.
I'll make a motion to approve John Augustin as the yearbook advisor, beginning with the 23-24 school year.
Second.
Right, we have a motion by Commissioner Jenner John, seconded by Commissioner Chisholm to approve Jenna Augustin as the yearbook advisor beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Point 7, approve project 180 co-advisor.
Principal Nerby recommends Emily Owens, current family consumer education teacher, to serve as project 180 co-advisor along with Lauren Kidrowski for the 2023-24 school year. So a motion to approve Emily Owens as a co-advisor for project 180 beginning with the 2023-24 school year is recommended.
I move to approve Emily Orens as the co-advisor for the Project 180, beginning with the 23-24 school year.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cruz, seconded by Commissioner Jenner John to approve Emily Owens as the co-advisor for the project 180 beginning with the 2023-2024 school year. Further discussion?
What is project 180?
Principal Nerby as high school principal can give you more background if I miss anything, but in essence, most high schools have some sort of what we would have called KODA type club back in the day. And Project 180 is unique in that the high schools across Door County all have clubs and together have different types of events and programming. Principal Nerby, what would you add to that?
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. So when I was in school or years ago, it would have been, the alcohol and other drugs or AODA program. Here, all of the Door County schools kind of work together. And so they meet regularly throughout the year as each school hosts one time each year. And they kind of work on programs that they then bring back to the buildings.
Way better than my description.
Further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, down to point 8, approve strategic action plan for 2023-2024.
Yeah, as the opening paragraph talks about, this is an approach we've used going back to our 2017 board retreat. We all know there are all sorts of living and breathing documents coming up with, as you know, I like one-pagers and our ability to kind of boil down many important worthwhile topics that board members, administrators, teachers, support staff, students and families come across in a given year, and being able to say, hey, these are the biggest of the big things, and at times direct resources accordingly have served us well. So rather than read the notes, I gave you that verbal piece for anyone who might be watching this recording later. And again, staff knows I share this with them and touch on it on our opening in-service session together in the high school commons. But teaching and learning, those 3 areas are what we've had in recent years, where literacy growth continues to be important, and it will even when it's not one of the top 3 areas identified here. Right, those guiding questions when our teacher teams are meeting on all sorts of things. That's Rick Dufour's work, the PLC questions. You hear us talk about that once in a while, right? What do we want our students to learn? How will we know? So on and so forth. And then just quality instructional practices, right? We know curriculum is one thing, strategies are one thing, but what are the actual instructional practices our teachers and support staff can implement in classroom? So we updated that language a little bit from last year, but those 3 main things remain a part of priority area number 1, teaching and learning. Our second area, going back to our work in 2017, community engagement. I shortened that at this point from 2 to 1 bullet point. So the concept of still keeping stakeholders updated on a variety of different things. I just thought I'd simplify that. Again, probably in our learning sessions this year, we'll talk a little bit about communication or marketing plans, and we'll see how that dovetails with this or newsletters or whatever else. So that'll be before us. And then the last area, really very important, even if not quite as exciting to some people, finance, facilities, and operations. Kept that to 2 bullet points, right? The concept of the short and long-term budget planning processes. like work we were doing before this regular meeting, even tonight. And then again, that second bullet point, so important in our line of work, people, business of education, attracting, retaining quality staff. And then some of those other pieces that we've been working on. So really, that in a nutshell is what it is. And if you or I go off to a conference or convention like we do in January, come up with a wonderful idea, our staff knows we're not going to take them down a completely different rabbit hole in the midst of the year when we've been working on other things. But instead, those ideas are things we talk about in future years. So in a nutshell, that's what it is. Again, it goes back to 2017, as I've said a couple of times, and it's kind of intent. And all we try to do each August is have the board kind of give an official stamp of approval that yes, we support this type of work and certainly other things that are going on. So the staff, they know that. So that's kind of the introduction. So I should probably read the last sentence. So a motion to approve the strategic action plan for 2023-24 is recommended.
Make motion to approve the strategic action plan for 23-24.
We have a motion by Commissioner Jenner, seconded by Commissioner Wood to approve the strategic action plan for 2023-2024. Any discussion on this? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So now we are down to reports. So not sure, some of these things, believe it or not, might come back this year after COVID, right? So I don't know if anybody has done legislative yet. Probably once the school begins, we'll start seeing some of this. If we have a report, Jake's been really good at keeping us informed of state things, which, you know, is still not really all figured out. And they're still in various stages of argumentative discussion, probably. So legislative, we've had some updates. CISA, anything there? No. Committee seminars. We did talk a little bit about the playground a month back or 2 months ago. Are we going to do that today?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Principal Smolin, on behalf of that committee, is just going to talk a little bit about that. And then after, you want to go ahead and hand those out, Katie, that's fine. And then Jake will just, again, you heard quite a bit from Jake in the previous session, and then touch briefly on me, and then that'll be it for tonight.
Okay.
So the regular reports that I know the board members really like from the principals and directors who are off to my left, trying to do other work, those will return next month. So rest assured, you will get those thrilling reports before you know it. They've been saving up items all summer to astound you with what they come up with. So in the meantime, to keep this brief, Katie Smolin, on behalf of the group that's been working on the playground, had asked me about, is there a way to kind of just give a short little plug? First of all, so the board is informed. And if you have other people that you know, or you want to get another folder because you think, oh, I know so-and-so or this group may want to support the playground effort, Katie's happy to share that with you. So yeah, she's going to basically keep you informed, ask you to consider supporting it, and ask you to consider sharing the word with others. So with that intro in mind, Katie, go ahead.
Is it an empty folder?
No.
No. Oh, you want one more?
Oh, we already have requests for more. This is good.
So these we're calling these ambassador folders, and so just as consider you all ambassadors, of course, of the school district. And so our little committee has been meeting throughout the summer, working really hard. At Atomic Bingo, we were very grateful. Cherry Lanes hosted that. I just learned today that we earned a United Way grant that we had written for one of the pieces, a handicap friendly spinner, $4,500. So we're just chipping away at this, but our committee put together this folder that we're using to talk to potential donors. And as we're writing these different grants, we would like to be able to say our board is behind this. And in fact, and this is where I'd ask that you to consider donating however much, but for us to be able to say 100% of our board members are behind this, that means something. Give the same spiel to our administrative team today, who many have already donated. And so we just want to show that we're all united in this effort, and that it's needed. And so these different granting organizations are recognizing that, and some donors stepping forward. So we just ask you to join us. We're working hard for it.
And on your planning committee, anything you want to give a shout out as far as some of those folks that have given time to volunteer with this?
They're awesome. I can't say enough. Kendra Vandertye is a retired principal from Appleton. She's like, you shouldn't be doing this. You have other things to do. And I was like, let me know. She's just been awesome. Brooke Ulrich with Brilliant Marketing has made all of this materials for us. And their moms in the district, Brooke and then Nicole Matz and their moms in the district. Cheryl Feaster has put in so much time and done so much great work. Rachel Maurer, I don't know, Katie DeVillers is there. We're all just, Craig is working hard. It's Craig Siegel from the beginning. So yeah, that's our group.
How
So
close are you?
we are not close. We have a long way to go. It's about $1.5 million and we are about 270. That's about how far we are. But we're in it, but Door County is unique in that there are people that are like, you know what, this is important. We have a little guy, I've spoken of him before, who's in a wheelchair at Sawyer. We want to start there at that playground. He should be able to zoom around with his friends and access a playground. And so that's where we'd like to go first, even though Sunrise is in horrible shape. We've been meeting with the city and they see it's used all the time. If you drive around, I mean, Sunrise specifically, I know it's kids are there at 6, they're there at 8, they're there at 9, yeah. So anyway,
Thank you.
thanks for considering and.
If we need more folders, we know we can get them from you. Thank you, Katie, and thanks to the group.
Well, Jake, did you have anything else to add or?
I'll follow up our conversation from earlier, just with, I think, those documents I handed out and there's maybe just a more straightforward, this is what each piece costs. Let me know if you want to see specifically the $150,000 recurring salary benefits for teachers. If you want to see something different, whether that's, a difference, look at the salary ladder, whatever that is, let me know if you want to see something different. I can get on that. Again, our goal is to have stuff approved at the September meeting, if you guys are ready for it.
And a summary for anyone watching this or for all the board members, so they're hearing the same thing, right? President Stefani, you asked Jake, and then he and I will work on that to put together a kind of an email summary of any of those different documents, right? Some of this I realize you've seen for multiple months, right? My report, his other things, but just kind of boil it all down. And then as we try to talk about it in basically kind of 3 main buckets of sorts, like what are our different options and how does that fit in with, theoretically the magic number Jake's talking about. So yes, we have the money theoretically to do, at least a portion of this. What options do we want to be ready to talk? And again, we'll do this more in the September learning session, right? But the board is comfortable with that, not just for this year, but what the implications are for the future. So everyone has their questions answered and then we're ready for some sort of action in the September meeting. Anything I should touch on in the open meeting there, Mike?
Yeah, the only thing on that is I would really like our September learning session to be a fruitful, so we can go over this and be kind of in a direction for the next board meeting. So we're not gonna add a whole bunch in September's learning session, so that we can really devote the time to this and make sure we can ferret out all the issues and then get to really agreement for, in the next board meeting. So that's all I have for that. So, Dan, we're down to you.
I'm the only thing standing between us and the end of the meeting. So you can all read. Some months I have additional items I put into that last category, which I then send out. But again, we talked before the meeting about some of those important items, which are also in the report. We all know what's about to happen with new teachers returning next week, right? You've seen the email invitation. If you're able to join us for the new teacher breakfast next Tuesday or the full staff welcome back breakfast the following Wednesday, you've seen all that. So I'm not going to read through anything else in the report. I will yield my time.
That's great. The only thing on that, I have a conflict on that new teacher breakfast. So if we can get some other board members that could make sure they're maybe getting to that would be great.
Yeah.
And obviously the full gang breakfast, I'll be there, and I'm sure many of you will be there too. And that's always fun to serve up the stuff to the people.
And I know the board members look forward to hearing what you're gonna say to the whole district staff.
I'm not that,
Scintillating message.
yeah, nobody will beat Terry Hooker's, address that she did one
You
year.
gotta
She
set the
did,
bar a
Terry, if you're
little lower.
listening, incredible. Yeah, so with that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
All right. Anybody
Second.
else? Oh, we got a second on that one. Good. All right. We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Jenner John made the motion, Cruz seconded it. Further discussion, hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are done. And that, friends, is the fastest meeting since I've been the